Nigeria is actually the 12th most dangerous country in the world.
All of you for that statement. Fuck you for saying something like that. Nigeria is the 12th most dangerous country, but whenever you guys are done doing your rubbish over in your country, when you are looking for a holiday lodge, oh, you are finally going back to that country that is the 12th most dangerous country to build your holiday lodge. You people's holiday lodge full year.
So Meghan Markle and her husband Harry came to Nigeria, where they spent 3 days. On the 10th of May 2024, they arrived at the Lightway Academy in Abuja. This visit was centered around their core passions, which are sports, rehabilitation, mental health, and women's empowerment. Anyways, there's been mixed reviews when it came to this visit. For one, British news outlets, and I believe some American news outlets as well, did lost their ever freaking minds when they found out about the couple's visit to Nigeria. And they did come out with some very interesting take on the country Nigeria, the couple, and their visit to the country in general.
Absurd couple do their stupid, weird, pretend royal tour of that African country,
Nigeria is, poverty stricken.
Yes, in a country where most people earn £1.50 a day.
I mean, Nigeria is a country that has a lot of problems, and I'm not sure many can be solved on the polo field.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, Nigeria is listed around sort of the 9th most dangerous country in the world.
Suggested that his family wouldn't be safe in Britain. Nigeria is a much more lawless country.
Now, he's gone to that country there, where it's an extremely dangerous place.
Seeker. I mean, everybody knows.
Princess.
Yeah, well,
A warrior princess.
They've gone to the right place if they want to expand their cohort of fake royals, because Nigeria is flush with people who claim to be members of the royal family.
What is the basketball court going to do, Mike? What is the basketball court going to do?
Well, I mean, I guess they're going to say, well, it's going to help people use athletics to reach out from poverty and make themselves into superstars in the NBA.
It really keeps them in touch with the people when they're watching Nigerian polo too, right?
I knew there was such a thing.
Visits are very carefully chosen. And I'll tell you this, you'll know this, Michael, you've been on enough royal tours. There's no way our royal family would set foot in Nigeria.
Well, I think Nigeria is known to be one of the most lawless countries in the world, and it's
problems.
Dangerous
Poverty.
Least safe.
it's poverty.
African country. Problems.
dangerous.
Poverty.
Least safe.
It's poverty.
African country. Problems.
Dangerous.
Poverty.
Least safe.
It's poverty.
African country.
The reason why they responded this way to the couple's visit to Nigeria is very glaring, and we are not going to be getting into none of that. So moving on to the actual mixed reviews that I wanted us to talk about in this video, which is the mixed reviews from Africans generally, but Nigerians specifically. Mixed reviews, mixed feelings, mixed reactions as regards to this visit by Meghan Markle and Harry. There are people who are like, whatever, they don't care. And then there are people that are like, yay. And then there are people that are like, what the are they doing here? So, of course, when they came, the Nigeria people were very much hospitable towards them, treated them nicely, had like celebration planned out and demonstrations, ready to entertain and welcome them. Kings even went down to go see and welcome the couple. Meghan was even given some kind of royal title. I believe she's now a princess of Nigeria. That's how fun it was down here for the couple in Nigeria. But, yes, there is a but. So here comes the but.
I don't want to rain on their parade. Okay? I know they're the young couple, they're supposedly the royal couple that everyone is a fan of, but I want to put some brakes on this whole Harry and Meghan trip to Nigeria for a second. Let's peel back the layers a little bit. And let's be honest about what they represent in Nigeria. You see, if Harry and Meghan, the business owners, the entrepreneurs, the media whatevers, if they went to Nigeria and had a decent trip, but without all the fanfare, without the extra titles being given to Meghan from the local chiefs. If they just went there on a business trip, no major dances, they just stayed at one of your nice fancy hotels out in Lagos and then in Abuja and Port Harcourt. Just had a real nice upper echelon business trip, but without all the royal adulation. If they had one of those trips, which I know Nigeria can do and can afford, and it's people in Nigeria richer than them, but it's a different story. Honestly, I would not be making the critique I'm about to make. As it stands, Harry and Meghan face the possibility of being king and queen in the future. That's right. And Harry is a direct descendant of the people who are, descendant. He's still part of the family that plundered Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, Zimbabwe, name it. A lot of the English-speaking countries in Africa, his family is responsible for that. Now, I'm not trying to be some New Age activist, but I just think we should call a spade a spade. The man is still a royal, is still a prince. They went there and they were received as prince and princess of, is it Duke and Duchess of Sussex? Or what? That's the title, right? So, Nigeria, you're gonna tell me the dude who's of the direct bloodline that ate up your economy, that ruined all your local kingdoms, all the major 10 kingdoms that we had sitting on the tributaries of the River Niger and the River Benue, all those kingdoms that just got fused and destroyed by the British. You're going to look at the descendant of that family and you're going to give him royal esteem without him paying you back, or at least promising to do something for you to help you repair what was done to you guys. Now, of course, I know there's upper class Nigerians who can probably act like they don't need it or whatever. But Nigeria, you lost Ken Saro-Wiwa over this type of stuff. So I'm just saying, I know we're supposed to love Harry and Meghan. They are likable to a lot of people. Their adversity brings them a little endearment. But as long as they represent the royal family, I think any former colony of the British that receives them has to, it's time to start wanting to hold these people's feet to the fire in the coming decades, in the coming century. Okay? There's a contest going on for Nigeria, and folks gotta pay up. Folks gotta pay up.
People feel how they feel about Harry and Meghan Markle, and I understand that there is this feeling of, they are different. Now, speaking about Harry specifically, because he's the one who has like direct blood ties to the family, right? So people say, they are different, and Harry, because he's Diana's son, he's he's a much better person, and he is different from the rest of the royal family. I mean, people feel how they feel. Personally, I really do not care whose VJJ he came out of. What I care about is what is best for my people. If truly he is such a good person and he is so different from the rest of his folks, good for him. But what I want to know is how come I'm not seeing this difference and goodness in actions? Actions that would actually be of relevance and matter to me as an African child. Actions that would actually be of relevance and matter to the descendants of Africa that we have across the globe. Actions like him talking about and making moves towards righting the wrong that his family did us here on the continent and to our people in the diaspora at large. And of course, the globe at large. But I'm focusing on my people right now. My point, in collaboration with the point brother raised in his video, is this. This issue we have in our community where we find ourselves getting so easily distracted and blinded by things that are of no relevance to us needs to stop. And we have got to learn how to stand on business at all times, because at this point, it seems like we are the ones shooting ourselves in the foot. Playing into these games and getting distracted by them. They came here, spent 3 days, now they are gone. Okay, what now? What changed? Absolutely nothing. This is how like play this guy would one day become the ruling monarch and still do nothing, and nothing would happen.
All right. What are you talking about? 3 kings came to see her, to see and give her a title. So go back and look. Nigeria is hosting the Invictus Games. He did come to something that the other royals haven't. Oh, okay. So, here's the thing. I actually like that Meghan Markle is getting accepted on the African continent, that she acknowledges that she's part African. I love it. I got nothing against that. My issue here is the principle upon which she's being granted this respect, and how it doesn't do. It's not a sign that you hold yourselves to a high level if you think that this is an amazing thing. If Meghan had traveled there by herself and got this treatment, phenomenal, lovely. But she's going there with her husband, and she's getting all the respect. And folks think that this is a flex, that you want to host the Invictus Games. Okay, hold up. So, Prince Harry and his Invictus Games, what are they for? For wounded soldiers. Okay, what gave Harry this idea? Or at least, what is the basis of this idea? I'm not sure he started it, but I'm pretty sure it started in the UK. And how did it come about this? Fighting in wars they had no business in, like Iraq, Afghanistan, wars of destabilization. And Harry said, hey, let's take care of our wounded soldiers. Great for the royal and his British people. And now Nigeria says you want to host the Invictus Games for wounded Nigerian soldiers too, or wounded... Like, what wars have you been doing to harm non-Nigerian people? You see where I'm going with this? Okay, let's create a separation here. I mean no disrespect toward Meghan Markle, but I'm saying if the foundation of your respect for her is because she's married to the Prince, the Duke of Sussex, and the fact that they are still eating off the plate they stole from you. Come on, man.
As African people, we have got to come to the realization that the only people who are actually different when it comes to them folks is the ones who are actually moving different in action. Maybe one day he would move different in action in a way that will favor us. Won't hold my breath though, but you know, the future is still unfolding, I guess, so we'll see what happens. But what I'm saying is right now, we've got nothing. There was no promises made, nothing. So if we know what's good for us, we better screw our brains on tight and start acting right and stop with all this unnecessary celebration. I don't know what we're celebrating. Because at this point, this is starting to look like some kind of ritualistic spell activity. A kind of spell that any one of them can cast. So it doesn't matter which of them comes down. As long as it's one of them from that family, they can cast a spell. All they have to do is come down here, shine some teeth, do some dance, and then before you know what's happening, we are jumping up and down and we've forgotten what's actually important. This spell must be broken, that's all I know, and that's what I'm saying.
Nigeria is actually the 12th most dangerous country in the world.
All of you for that statement. Thank you for saying something like that. Nigeria is the 12th most dangerous country, but whenever you guys are done doing your rubbish over in your country, when you are looking for a holiday lodge, oh, you are finally going back to that country that is the 12th most dangerous country to build your holiday lodge. You people's holiday lodge full year. A lot of y'all will pack yourself to say you want to vacation in Africa. The local women then take pictures of those black children that are minding their business and say, we did something great for Africa. We fed them. And I know she's talking about Nigeria, but Africa is Nigeria and Nigeria is Africa. We are one as a whole. all of you with your, oh, Africa is dirty, Africa is this, but it is still Congo that you are using to collect cobalt to do iPhones that are the rage nowadays. We are dirty, but you use us to fund your consumerism lifestyle and all of that. But then, what do you have to say about us in the local news? Oh, we are dangerous. Are you acting like UK is a safe place? Fuck is Meghan Markle and her bald husband doing here? Because why are they here? You see, people seem to forget that whether or not Meghan Markle is related to the royal family, and the royal family is one of the biggest atrocity committer when it comes to the genocide and the killing of black people. Whether you like it or not, that girl married into a family of butchers, and she and her fucking husband is here, and all of you are rolling out your Atilogu dancers. What is wrong with you people? If our officials go there, do their people roll out their own dancers? Nobody gives a fuck about when we go there. Why? And now, look at what their stupid news is saying. We are among the most dangerous people, blah, blah, blah. Fuck all of you. As if you people are not using knife to stab yourself in the street. Is you people crazy?
You know, I really love that she brought that point up, because it's absolutely crazy to me how some of our people celebrate where Meghan married into. For some people, the kind of like a moral stance that we know we have in real life somehow don't, you know, affect those people. How in this world that we live in, there are people who would not want their children to be married to a boy whose father was an unaliver, even if that person unalived just one person. They would not want their child to be married to such family. Some people refuse to marry their daughters off to families that they think, oh, we are not sure, we can't put our finger on it, but this family look a bit corny. We can't tell what it is, but something is not right. We can feel it in our spirits. People refuse to marry their daughters off for reasons like that. But then, people celebrated when she married into that. And they thought it was a win. I mean, maybe it was. This particular family that has unalived in the millions. The reason why people were arrow-warded in numbers that people were taken away and enslaved. They sanctioned a lot of atrocities globally. The blood on the hands of this, in the hands of the family or on the hands of the family? English will not kill me, but you guys get me, right? The blood in this family, the negative energy that I know. I don't even need to be a spiritual cocoa person to know that you don't escape all of that. You just don't. It's hovering somewhere. They might have the money, they might have the glitz and the glamour, you know, to show for pictures and whatever. But the inside, I'm not sure saying and people then celebrate when she married into that. Anyway, some people are going to come by this video and say, oh, you are hating. If it were you, you would grab the opportunity. Please don't speak for me. Please don't speak for me. You don't know me. When I say I want no parts, I want no parts. Anyways, I just thought it's very interesting that sis brought that up, and I really want to highlight it in this video. What do you think about all of this? I cannot wait to hear about your opinions, thoughts down below in the comment section. Let's continue this conversation down there. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, as always, I would see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I, for one, am not going to sit up here and pretend like there aren't problems in the country of Nigeria, but that is typical in most, or if not all countries, especially in America. And time again, since I was a kid, I can remember how this picture was painted of Africa being this very poor continent, like the entire, first of all, it was like painted as being a country, and it's not, but it was painted as people who are untrained or uneducated or living in huts or an opium place that just was uncivilized. But if you talk with so many people who are from there, literally from there, and you talk with people who have visited there, the story is completely night and day. It's important that we continue to call these things out, because these people use these buzzwords and they're upset that Meghan and Harry is trying to put a spotlight on a different side of Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Guys, I gotta thank you guys for everyone who's donated. I really appreciate the support. We are almost there, and we did this in 24 hours, guys. We are literally, guys, 1,200 away from our goal, guys. So if you guys can help out, push it through, and try to get us to that goal, I would really appreciate it. I thank you guys so much. You do not know what this means to me and my family. You can find the link in my profile right here. Is right here, GoFundMe. And please, guys, whatever you can send, I really appreciate it. Me and my family.
Hi, this is Evie from editing. I know I look crazy, please ignore it. I want to quickly come in here and give some context to the ending part of Brother's clip where he was talking about a GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is from the family of Cheryl Marie Polinet. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. And she's also known as Tina. On Saturday, May 11, 2024, she passed away after an immense battle with cardiac and respiratory issues. And the purpose for the GoFundMe was to help with some expenses. There are 3 expenses here the family needed help with: arrangements for the disease, travel expenses for immediate family members, and survival funds for her children. I do want to add though that on the GoFundMe they've actually met their target. I mean, even though they've met their target, it doesn't matter, we could still give them something, and the extra on top of it could go to cover other expenses. So yeah, that's why I just wanted to quickly jump in here to tell you guys, just in case for those who are wondering, because it's like, how do we go from the video to a GoFundMe? Nothing is too big, nothing is too small. Let's go show Sister Tina's family some love, and let's send them some warmth. I don't know who Sister Tina was. Hell, I don't even know the brother. I'd not met him before today, but you know. But I do want to wish Sister Tina a good rest. I wish we can all wish her a good rest in the comment section. And I want to say that I hope that she's no longer in pain and she could find the peace that she could not find in this world.